Assalomu alaykum. Bugun Why pagodas don't fall down tekstini ko'rib chiqamiz. Savol turlarimizga qaraymiz. Yes, no, not given. Keyin matching va oxirida multiple choice savollari ekan. Demak, birdaniga savollarni qarashga o'tamiz. Xo'p, javoblar. Savollar pastda, javoblarni tepadan izlaymiz. Demak, pagodas. Umumiy shu mavzuni ma'nosini tushunishingiz kerak, lekin tushunmasangiz ham shart emas, chunki qanaqadir pagodalar yiqilmaydi, nega yiqilmaydi degan savol yozilgan. Yes, no, not given ni boshlaymiz savolimizni. Demak, only two Japanese pagodas have collapsed in 1400 years. Demak, 1400 yil ichida faqatgina ikkitagina Yapon pagodasi yiqilgan debdi. Xo'p, ko'raylikchi. Xo'p, earthquakes, Japan tallest buildings, so wooden pagodas qanaqadir yog'ochdan yasalgan ekan pagoda. The record shows that only two have collapsed during the past 14. Rekordni aytilishicha, ya'ni rekord degan o'sha manbalarda aytilishicha, faqatgina ikkitaginasi oxirgi 1400 yil ichida qulagan. Demak, yes. Keyingisi. The harsh earthquake in 1995 destroyed the pagoda at the Toji temple. Demak, Toji templedagi qanaqadir pagodani Harshin earthquake, ya'ni zilzilasi yiqitgan ekan. Top table of it highways flattened top of the box devastated the port of Cope, yet it left magnificent 5-story pagoda at Toji temple in. Demak, it left deyapti. Demak, unga zarar yetkazmaganligi haqida gap ketyapti. 5 qavatlik Toji templedagi pagodaga zarar yetkazmadi deyapti. Demak, Harshin earthquake destroyed the pagoda at Toji temple. Yo'q. No. Zarar yetkazmaganligi haqida gapirilgan. Shu uchun ham no deymiz. Bu yerda left so'zini balkim tushunmasiz, lekin qoldirdi, ya'ni tegmadi. Ungacha aytyapti. Ko'tarilgan yo'llarni yiqitdi, ofis bloklarni yer bilan bitta qildi. Kobe hududidagi port hududni vayron qildi degan joyi bor. Xo'p, keyingisi. The other buildings near the Toji pagoda had been built in the last 30 years. Oxirgi 3 yilda qurilgan oxirgi 30 yil ichida Toji atrofidagi joylar qurilgan. Xo'p. So it leveled number of buildings in the neighborhood. Xo'p. Bu yerda Toji haqida boshqa yozilmagan. Yana qaraylikchi, mana. Nearly half as high as it can. Yozilmagan. Xo'p, keyingisiga o'taylik, topamiz. The builders of pagodas knew how to absorb some of the power produced by severe weather conditions. Demak, menga severe weather condition kerak. Absorb, ya'ni shimib olish degani. Builders kerak. Pagodani qurganlar bilishgan qanday qilib shu qaqshatqich ob-havo holatlaridan kelib chiqadigan kuchni singitishni yo'lini bilishgan degan ekan. Yana boshdan qaytib chiqamiz. Demak, earthquake yozilgan. Building 36 building central Tokyo, Japan 6. It's a piece of modern engineering with its built in 19. Lekin menga pagodani qurganlar kerak. With only pegs and wedges to keep his wooden structure upright. The master builder. Qarang mana. Builders of pagodas. Kobayashi had no hesitation sending his majestic Toji pagoda soaring 55 meters into the sky, nearly half as high as Kasumi Geiziki skyscraper built some 11 centuries later. 11 yildan keyin qurilgan o'xshab debdi. Clearly Japanese independence on the day new. E'tibor bering. Haqiqatdan ham about allowing building to sway and settle itself rather than fight the nature's forces. Mana shu yerdagi gapni o'zi yetadi bizga. Haqiqatdan ham yapon qudratgorlari deyapti, o'sha vaqtda bir nechta uslublarni bilgan, binoni tebranib, o'zini o'zi saqlashi mumkinligini, ya'ni tabiat kuchlariga bilan jang qilmasdan o'zini o'zi muvozanat qila olishi mumkinligini bilishgan, demak to'g'ri. Supervisive conditions degani bu yerda hozir natural forcesga to'g'ri kelyapti. Yes. Demak, menga yes, no, yes bo'ldi. Demak, bunaqa not given qo'llayman. Hayron qolishingiz mumkin, nima uchun not given? O'zim olganda men not given o'ylab o'tirgandim, chunki u vaqtda yozilmagandi. Keyin IELTSda hech qachon faqat 2ta yes, 2ta no bo'lib qolmaydi. Hech bo'lmaganda bitta not given berilishi kerak. O'shaning hisobiga qolganlariga ishonchim komil bo'lgani uchun shu yerda not given yozdim. Bu ham bir uslub. Xo'p, endi matching. Xo'sh. Classification ekan bu yerda yaponlar va xitoyliklar pagodalarida bor, faqat Xitoy pagodasida bor, faqat yapon pagodasida bor. Ushbu pastdagi so'zlar, demak, interior access to top, tiles on eaves, observation posts, size of eaves up to half the width of the building. Demak, eaves yana chiqadi, qanaqadir joy ekan. Religious purpose, floors fitting loosely over each other, floors fitting loosely. Ushbu so'zlarni topsam, men bemalol qaysilarga tegishli ekanligini aniqlab ketaman. Demak, agar mana shu narsalar ham Xitoy ham Yapon pagodalarida mavjud bo'lsa, agar faqat Xitoy pagodalarida mavjud bo'lsa, faqat Yapon pagodalarida bo'lsa, S bo'ladi. Demak, u yerda aytiladi, bu pagodada, bu pagodada deb. Xo'p, Japan from China in 6th century, demak, Xitoydan kelgan ekan aytilgan. Xitoydagi kabi ko'ramiz. They were first introduced with Buddhism and were attached to important temples. Demak, ikkalasi Buddhism bilan bog'liq bo'lgan va muhim ibodatxonalarga qo'shilgan. Ikkalasida ham deyapti, qani ko'raylikchi. Original religious purpose, mana shunga to'g'ri keladi. Ani belgilayman. Chunki Xitoyda ham, Yaponiyada ham shunday deyapti. Xo'p, davom etamiz. Chinese built their pagodas in brick or stone. Demak, ular toshdan yoki g'ishtdan qurgan ekan. With inner staircases, ichki zinalar bo'lgan ekan. Used them in later centuries mainly as watchtowers. Demak, keyingi yillarda bularni watchtower, ya'ni kuzatuv minorasi sifatida ishlatgan ekan. When the pagoda reached Japan, however, its architecture was freely adapted to local conditions. Less high, pastroq qurilgan ekan, typically 5 rather than 9 stories, 5 qavatli bo'lgan ekan, made mainly of wood, yog'ochdan qurilgan, and staircase was dispensed. Demak, zinasi olib tashlangan ekan. Because the Japanese pagoda did not have any practical use but became more of an art object. Hech qanaqa praktik, ya'ni amaliy foydalanadigan joyi yo'q ekan, shuning uchun zina bo'lmagan ekan. Because of the typhoons that better Japanese builders learn extend the eaves of building. Demak, extend the eaves of buildings further beyond the walls. This prevents rainwater gushing down the walls. Pagoda in China, Korea have nothing like the overhang found pagodas in Japan. Mana bu gap ham hozir ko'rib chiqamiz. Xo'p, qarab chiqaylik. Interior access to top. Demak, ichki tepaga chiqish imkoniyati. Demak, inner staircases Xitoyliklarda bo'lgan, lekin Yaponiyanikida olib tashlagan deyapti. Observation post mana Xitoyda observation post sifatida ishlatilgani aytilgan, lekin Yaponiyada aytilmagan. Shuning uchun B ni belgilayman, Xitoy. Demak, B Xitoy. Keyin interior access haqida gapirdi. Xitoyda bor, Yaponiyada yo'q dedim undagi ham. Demak, uni ham men Xitoy deb belgilayman. Yaponlar olib tashlangan bu narsa deyapti. Menga faqat hozir 3 ta qoldi. Tile eaves, size of eaves up to half its of the building. Mana bu holatga e'tibor berasiz. Xitoydagi pagodalar, Xitoy va Koreyadagi pagodalar deyapti. Have nothing like the overhang that is found on pagodas in Japan. Yaponiyadagi pagodalardek emas. Demak, Yaponiyadagi nimasidan bilandir boshqacha ekan. Demak, the roof of a Japanese temple building can be made of overhang the side of the structure by 50%. E'tibor bering. Or more of the building's overall width. Binoni width, demak, enidan yana yarim foiz, 50% yana qilish mumkin. Agar bino 2 metr bo'lsa, yana 1 metrga tomonni ko'chirish mumkin deyapti. Xo'p, size of eaves up to half the width of the building shunga to'g'ri keladi. Men uni belgilayman, faqat Yaponiyada bor, chunki Xitoyda yo'q deyilgan bu yerda va oxirgisi tile kerak menga. Demak, mana porcelain tile yozilgan. Chinese pagodas but with much heavier earthenware tiles. Xo'p. For the same reasons, the builders of Japanese pagodas seem to have further increased their weight by choosing to cover these extended eaves not with the porcelain tiles of many Chinese pagodas, but with much heavier earthenware tiles. Xo'p, chinni tilelardan foydalanmagan, earthenware degan o'sha sopol tilelardan foydalangan ekan, og'irroq bo'lgan ekan. Bunday qaraganda ikkalasida ham tile bo'lgan. Demak, adashmadim deb umid qilaman. Demak, interior access faqat Xitoyda bor. Eaves tomida tile, ya'ni o'sha sopol plitkalar borligi haqida gap ketyapti. Bu A'da. Ikkalasida ham bor, to'g'ri. Post sifatida xitoyliklar, faqat Yaponiya va religious purpose. To'xtang, uzr. Bu yerda faqat Yaponiya edi. Ani belgilabman, bu yerda S bo'ladi. Keyingisi. Floors fitting loosely over each other. Demak, bu yerda A, B, S hammasini belgiladim. Endi xohlaganim belgilashim kerak. Floorlar haqida gap ketish kerak. Izlaymiz. Juda ham pastga tushib ketdik. Lekin floor topilmadi. Oxirga chiqarib ketaylik baribir. Yo'q. Loosely, fit loosely over each other. Bir-birini ustidan qotirilmagan qavatlar deyapti. Xo'p, Shunbashira. Mana loosely. Down through the middle of the building. The weight of the building is supported entirely by 12 outer and 4 inner columns. Shunbashira degan narsa haqida gap ketyapti. Mana floors topdim. Demak, shuni o'qiymiz. What those early craftsmen had found by trial and error was that under pressure, a pagoda's loose stack of floors could be made to slither and throw independent of one another. Viewed from the sides, pagoda seemed to be snake dance, with each consecutive floor moving in the opposite direction of its neighbors above the below, running up through the hole in the center of the building. Constrained individual stories from moving too far because after moving a certain distance they banged into it, transmitting energy away along the column. mana ekan. Qarang, more surprising is the fact that individual stories, demak individual stories degan floresga o'tadi. Of a Japanese pagoda, unlike their counterparts, bu degani narigi, ya'ni Xitoynikidan ga o'xshamagan holda demoqchi. Elsewhere are not actually connected to each other. Bir-biriga ulanmagan deyapti, demak Yaponiya ekan faqat. Undagi MSni belgilaymiz va oxirgi 3 ta savolga javob beramiz. 11, 12, 13. In a Japanese pagoda, the Shinbashira. Demak, Japanese Shinbashira. Mana birinchi Shinbashira degan so'z ishlatilgan joyi. It's the answer that, like a tall pine tree, the Japanese pagoda with its massive trunk-like central pillar known as the massive trunk-like central pillar again. Katta xodaga o'xshash markaziy pillar. Pillar bu ustuni. Xodaga o'xshagan markaziy ustun. Demak, simply flexes and sways. E'tibor beringlar. During a typhoon or earthquake. Bukilayotgan va tebranayotgan. Xo'p, bears the full weight of the building, bends under pressure like a tree, bo'lishi mumkin. Connects the floors with the foundation, stops the floors moving too far. Demak, yana dal shu o'qishimga to'g'ri keladi. For centimeters or so, but the answer is not so simple because a startling thing that the Shinbashira actually carries no load at all. E'tibor bering. Shinbashira hech qanaqa yukni olmaydi degan. Bu demak noto'g'ri. Keyin, in fact, in some pagoda design it doesn't even rest on the ground. Ba'zi bir pagodalarning dizaynida hattoki yerda, but is suspended from the top of the pagoda. Pagodaning tepasidan osib qo'yilgan, ya'ni yerda turmaygan ham. Connects the floors with the foundations. Buni ham noto'g'ri deyman, chunki foundation bilan bog'lanmagan. Osilib turibdi, qanday foundation bilan bog'lanadi? Shuni ham aytish mumkin. Endi bir bilan qoldi. Daraxtga o'xshab bosim ostida qayriladi debdi. Stops the floor moving too far. Davom etaylikchi. The weight of the building is supported entirely by 12 outer and 4 inner columns. Demak, binoni vazni to'liq tashqi 12 ta va ichki 4 ta kolon degan ustun bilan o'sha ko'tarib turadi binoni demoqchi. Nega mana bu yerda qarang. Is an answer that like Demak, and what is the role of Shinbashira, central pillar? As the best way to understand the Shinbashira role is to watch a video made by technology. Patient understands the pagoda has built a series of models and tested them on a shake table in his laboratory. In short, the Shinbashira was stationary pendulums. The ancient craftsmen apparently without the assistance of various mathematics seemed to grasp the principle that thousands of years later applied to construction to principle. What those early craftsmen had found it to challenge viewed from the side, pagoda seemed to be doing snake dance with each consecutive while moving in the opposite direction. The symbol running up through the hole in the center of the building constrained individual stories from moving too far because after moving a certain distance they banged into it, transmitting energy away from the column. Mana shu ekan masala. Demak, markazida, binoning markazidagi bo'shliqdan to'liqligicha o'tgan bu Shinbashira deyapti. Alohida story, ya'ni qavatlarni uzoqqa ketishidan asragan deyapti. Demak, stops floor moving too far. Mana shu javobimiz to'g'ri. Keyingisi. Shuzo Ishida performs experiments in order to, demak, Shuzo Ishida qanaqadir eksperiment olib borar ekan, nimadir qilish maqsadida. Shuzo Ishida mana. Junior Kyoto Institute of Technology. Mr. Ishida known as students Professor Pagoda. Uni Professor Pagoda deyil ekan because of his passion to understand the pagoda has built a series of models. Demak, pagodani tushunishga harakat qilgan odam ekan. To improve skyscraper design, be able to build new pagodas, learn about the dynamics of pagodas, understand ancient mathematics. Mana shu to'g'ri kelyapti. Nimaga deganda, pagodani tushunishga harakat qilgan. Learn about the dynamics of pagodas. To'g'ri keladi. Va oxirgi savol, the stories of Japanese pagoda are. Yapon pagodalarining qavatlari qo'ya pastda bor edi. Mana individual, more surprising individual stories of Japanese pagoda, unlike their counterparts elsewhere, connected to each other. Bir-biriga bog'lanmagan deyapti. Yog'och bilan bog'langan, center pillarga bog'langan, bir-birini ustiga loosely qo'yib chiqilgan, stacked deganga to'g'ri keladi. Joined by special ways. Mana shu to'g'ri keladi. Chunki boya o'qigandik, qarang. Unlike the components were not actually connected to each other, bir-biriga bog'lanmagan. They are simply stacked on top of another like a pile of hats. E'tibor beringlar. Stacked on top of another like a pile of hats. Shlyapaga o'xshab bir-birini ustiga shunchaki qo'yib chiqilgan deyapti. Fitted loosely on top of each other ga to'g'ri keladi. Demak, shu bilan reading tugatdik. Javoblarni qarab chiqasiz. Demak, yes, no, not given, yes bo'ldi. Undan keyin ABClikni ham eshitdik. B, A, B, C, A, C va 11, 12, 13 da D, C, C javoblarini belgiladik. Mulohazalaringiz bo'lsa, bemalol kommentlarda qoldirishingiz mumkin. Buguncha xayr. Barchangizga IELTSdan yuqori ball olishlaringizni tilab qo'yaman. Rahmat kattakon, sog' bo'ling.